Okay, here we are. Round one of the Penny Dreadful 500 for season 37. Here's a couple of players that don't have buys. Shyness, who I don't know, seems to be on the Excruciated Demon Living Death deck, and M-Dog, who seems to have kept a one-lander on some kind of white-blue aggro, somewhat soldiery from the land and Kithian, but also with Isamaru making a guest appearance as a soldier. Yeah, so okay, just have the second land. Probably this will come down to does the white blue aggro deck have main deck counter spells, and did they draw them? Presumably the two plans of Living Death are far too strong for an aggro curve out to beat them, and but I guess they can stumble. You have to keep a hand with a bunch of cyclers and see what happens sometimes. But yeah, a timely spell pierce or a mana leak. I don't know if M-Dog is running those in the main or even in the 75, but such a thing would be pretty useful when backed by his aggro start with these two 1-drops. And he has passed the turn. And Shyness cycles of fetid pools, which is not a show of strength. You'd prefer to cycle a creature. You'd prefer to cycle things that cost 1 to cycle. Okay, and then cycles on turn 4. So unlikely, unless they have a lot of Dark Rituals or a Lake of the Dead. Do not have a Lake of the Dead. So under some amount of pressure here, and here's a Malcolm, so really not very soldiery, this deck with its dog and its Siren Pirate, but Fortified Beachhead coming in untapped thanks to Kithian anyway. Looks like we're tapping for a Flowering, which is not lethal, only 2 points off, but it is not lethal. So it's probably, do the combo or bust, obviously, now for Shyness. But M-Dog has given them until turn 5. I guess Shyness was on the play. So M-Dog potentially has a spell pierce, although perhaps those kind of things are in the sideboard, perhaps they're not in the deck. It's just really all on Shyness to do the thing now. Maybe they're just waiting to get to 5 mana and they're going to play Swamp Living Death, which would be pretty good. The Indestructible doesn't help with Living Death. Okay, and here's another Kithian. So we're saying do your worst. Gideon doesn't die to the Living Death, but that probably wouldn't matter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures in the graveyard, including an Archfiend of Ifnir. So here's a Lake of the Dead. 6 cards in hand. You'd think they could do something here. And here is just straight up Living Death. So didn't sack a Swamp to do more cycling, or anything like that. The Pippin that was discarded to Malcolm comes back, and that can probably give Gideon as a creature protection from creatures. So I missed this important happening. Or I saw it happen, but I didn't think it was important. And actually, it's going to win the game. So the Malcolm hit, allowing M-Dog to discard Pippin so that it came back from Living Death and attacked with 3 things, allowing him to flip. That was pretty crazy. M-Dog reveals his hand for whatever reason. Not a lot of action. Sinu. There's not a lot of soldiers in this Fortified Beachhead deck, but I guess if you want to splash Blue, it's maybe the best way. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting mana base. So M-Dog, a game up. I'm going to take this moment to get some coffee. This will be a matchup that M-Dog has thought about, of course. It's for a long time it was holding the top position on the metagame page on PennyDreadfulMagic.com, and it currently holds the second position behind Simic Nadu. I think it's the most played deck in this tournament. I only had a very quick look at registration, not even the decks, just the names people are playing, which of course could be anything, but looked like not very much Nadu and quite a lot of the Living Death deck from my quick glance. But you never know who put in a bunch of Nadu decks with funny names that weren't obviously Nadu from just reading the name. Still sideboarding here. This always makes me nervous that my Magic Online has done something funny, rather than that they're still sideboarding, but probably they're just still sideboarding. Let's have a look, I guess. Yeah, so I guess we know from the Flowering and the Isamaru and the Malcolm that M-Dog's deck is, it's Legends based, right? So that's what's going on there. And the Fortified Beachhead had just come on untapped if you happen to have an Isamaru or a Basri. Is Pippin a soldier? Yeah, Pippin is a soldier. So those kind of cards will give you a somewhat untapped blue-white duel. And I guess in some very odd circumstances, the pump effect might matter too. Basri makes cats, I think, not soldiers, so you're unlikely to have a million soldiers in play, but it's better than nothing. Looks like sideboarding is over. I just have a zoomed horror of the Broken Lands dominating the screen. Brilliant. Thanks, Magic Online. Why? We don't know. Maybe I can zoom something else and it'll go away. No, I have two zoomed cards. Brilliant. Well, what can I try? I'll resize the window. It's not helpful. Okay, we'll just... So Kythian into Thalia, making things difficult. You can still cycle through a Thalia, obviously. You can cast creatures through a Thalia with no problems, but a Dark Ritual's got worse. It's become a Rite of Flame, or worse than a Rite of Flame. And Living Death now costs 6. The Altar costs 3. So a little crimp in the plan, but not... I don't think it's like super effective against Living Death. It's just like a little speed bump. Here's the Lake of the Dead. So we can make 6 mana here, which is enough for a Living Death, which I guess is pretty good here. It's just too, oh no, we're just going to hard cast Archfiend of Ifnir and maybe Cycle, which would be pretty sick, and Cycle. So that is a different kind of Plague Wind. We sacked all our lands. All your creatures are dead, but this Plague Wind comes with it looks like a 4/4, but it's actually a 5/4 flying. M-Dog just has a Flowering, So it's looking pretty bad. I guess you want to play the flowering out first, so you could maybe play some creatures into this Archfiend if you don't have an answer to the Archfiend, but it seems pretty desperate. Maybe something like a Denic that has like 4 toughness under the Archfiend is worth having in play. Okay, goes for a Pippin. So Pippin is a 4/3 with Ward 1. Can't protect the other creatures from the Archfiend's ability. That's not how it works. Presumably, we'll see a flurry of cycling at some point during M-Dog's turn from Shyness, and everything on M-Dog's side will die. And it'll all be very sad. This is a pretty tough spot. Shyness happy to take the damage, I guess wanting to catch several creatures. Or Moorland Haunt is an interesting card. They used to play that in Standard in Delver. After you'd cast all your Ponders and get Gitaxian Probes and things, you could put a Runechanter's Pike on your 1/1 flyer and make it a 9/1 flyer or something. Okay, so playing out creatures and just hoping against hope that this end step doesn't involve cycling 3 creatures, in which case it's, another Plague Wind. But looks like it probably is going to involve cycling 3 creatures, and it probably is going to be another Plague Wind. Okay, only 2, but pretty devastating for M-Dog anyway. Packs him down to 5. Still hidden under Horror of the Broken Lands. Amazing. There's what's really there, the Archfiend. Canonist coming in for 1. Pippin coming in for 1. Wait, no, 2. And let's just Plague Wind you and draw a card for 2 mana. Nice work if you can get it. And then attack for lethal, presumably. Condemn is not legal this season. Presumably anything else would have been deployed already. Here's a Ratchet Bomb for good measure. Looks like we're going to a game 3 here. Oh no, we could make a we could make a Moorland Haunt token and have it destroyed by the Ratchet Bomb, I guess. Okay, game 3. I'm going to close this down and reconnect, even though it's going to cause chaos, because I don't want Horror of the Broken Land sitting in the middle of the screen. Okay. There was just a button that said video. I've never seen it before. It's probably been there all along. So I just pressed it, and here I am. I don't know why, really. I'll probably turn it off at some point. Let's reshare this window. There we go. Probably the sideboarding will be quick now, because presumably they already brought in all the cards that are good in this matchup. There's not a lot of play draw about this, I wouldn't think. See, it seems pretty bad for blue-white to me, especially if it's all just sorcery speed, legendary creatures, and flowerings, not counterspells and Malcolms. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess Denic is very good. Is he very good? D- what what does it say? It says targets can't be targets. Okay, so it's not doing any rest in peace type action. Yeah, okay, so it's not great. So it doesn't even really have something. So unless he's got sideboard cards that are great, he hasn't really got anything to. He is playing sideboard spell pierces and. Yeah, it seems pretty tough. Mm. Yeah, it's pretty crazy having a 5/4 flyer that also played wins every turn. That might be the best plan if Endor doesn't have, fateful absences or whatever the removal spell is. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. I mean, if you've got a 5/4 flyer though, you only have to make him a 3/3, and he can't attack. So someone in this game, all right, maybe I have to click watch game because I disconnected and reconnected, and maybe we're like on turn 7 already. Oh yeah, that's what it is. The competence is low. So what do we do? We failed to make a third land drop. Well, I guess they didn't have any other land, and they thought, oh, I might as well play this Lake of the Dead, which I guess is probably just wrong. So now they can just, having stumbled horribly, they can now just win the game with a single card. Yeah, I mean, if they have it, of course. I mean, there's a potential spell pierce over there, I guess. It's interesting that Endog discarded with Malcolm, chose to discard a Plains, and then play out a Pippin. That speaks strongly to there being something for 1 mana that's good here, does it? Or is it more like getting 1 Pippin back isn't going to matter against 3 or 4 creatures, so I'll just hope you don't have it? Maybe the latter. Well, that was not a very exciting turn from Shyness, so I guess a flowering here, hold up, spell pierce beats most possibilities. No, no flowering though. Oh, Kithian's going to flip. Kithian's going to flip. Yeah, so you're now threatening lethal next turn. Yeah, great. So in the first game, I don't know if you were watching, in a spot not totally unlike this, he discarded a Pippin, so that when the living death happened, the Pippin that came back gave the Gideon Battleforge that turned into a creature protection from creatures and swung in for the last bit of damage. It was quite good. Okay, Thalia probably helps. Yeah, right. He'll have to draw a swamp if he wants to cast. Yeah, I mean it really looks like it, doesn't it? But we'll see. Could just be a second Malcolm. None of these creatures fly. So in the graveyard for Shyness. So flash in another Malcolm. Legend rule my Malcolm gets 4 power flyers into play for a living dead. I don't know. There are many possibilities here. Archfiend cycle once after Gideon's been made into a creature. Okay, so we're just going to turn off one of the avenues, which is the altar. Yeah. Shyness just playing around the perfect name. I mean, it's fair enough. This is he's tapped out now. It's slightly better to do that than not do that. I guess it's just funny. Okay, so he's saying if you've got Swamp Living Death, so be it. But I'm pretty sure you don't have both Swamp Living Death, although he has cycled. So maybe he does now have Swamp Living Death. We will see. Or they, I don't know who Shyness is. Yeah, and there's a lot of ways for Shyness to lose if they do anything other than kill everyone. Endog is struggling with the Magic Online interface. Find Altar of Dementia. Could be, yeah. I did choose Horror of the Broken Lands. Amazing. There is a Living Death. So there's a Sinu coming back here. So can M-Dog win here? Not really, right? Oh no. Okay. Uh, just make a yeah. Either Swan Canis is not exciting. Well, it stops Dark Ritual into Living Death, I guess. That's probably the only thing it does, but that might be better than the other options. Yeah, I think they're just dead here, right? There isn't really a conceivable like Pippin of what? Yeah, I mean even flowering doesn't do it next turn if they somehow survive here, which they're not going to. I think they're just are they? The Aethys one Canonist blocks the horror, and they take 14. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So Sino can block nothing. No, can block Advantasaur, and the Ijango Castle. No, it still dies. Okay, so Sino can't block. So Aethys one Canonist blocks Horror of the Broken Lands. Oh, it's indestructible now because of Gideon. So now it can trade with a rocked beast. And Shyness does have to leave something back. Does have to leave, well, really just one creature, right? The Vantasaurs have Vigilance. So I guess they're going to leave, they effectively leave two creatures back. So actually, yeah, they just they just attack all. If Horror isn't blocked, maybe do some cycling. If not, worry about it all later. And then, so the fortified beachhead gives soldiers +1/+1, and none of these things are soldiers. This guy's probably a soldier but that doesn't matter because you get blocked by a Vantasaur. Yeah, it's hard to see a way out for M-Dog that doesn't involve some crazy sideboard card we're not expecting or something. So cycling pre-combat in case what? In case we hit Archfiend plus cycle or something, which would be very good. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, take 12, kill 2 rock beasts seems best. Because of max damage kind of thing. I mean, Sinner's going to have to attack twice more to win this game, even with a flowering. So you do have to survive lots more attacks. It's going to be tough. I guess a sideboard Wrath of God would allow you to attack with Xeno, make Xeno indestructible, wrath everything away, and then I don't know. There's some sequence you can do, but I don't suppose M-Dog even has sideboard Wrath of God. Okay, goes for the min damage, max turns option. Goes to 10. What do we got here? Just hardcast horror. Although, that is pretty scary. So it's going to have to be a spectacular sideboard card. If they just draw a creature, they can make 2 blocks and take exactly 10. So creature's no good, so they're dead. Could animate Gideon attack? No, because they just get blocked by a Vantasaur. Oh, you can exile Xenu and gain 2 life. And Scry too, which could matter if they have some crazy out hiding in the deck. Oh, and flowering does now win them the game, right? If they block. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right. And to get Sinu back, the other creature has to be unblocked, which will never happen. Okay, so we're still hoping for miraculous sideboard cards, but we do get a scry too to look for miraculous sideboard cards. Presuming Shyness doesn't do something in their first main phase to make all this irrelevant. Well, considering how horribly one-sided that Living Death was, they're making a fist of it, or maybe they're just lagging. Oh, attacks Gideon, not just attacks. Attacks Gideon, yeah. Oh no, why did I zoom? Oh yeah, so you can kind of fog a horror at the expense of your Gideon. That's no better than giving Sinu indestructible or Isamaru indestructible, though, right? It's kind of the same thing. Yeah. Oh, because Sinu's going to exile anyway. So giving Sinu indestructible would be pointless. Well, I don't know if Sinu's going to exile. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, something's got to block Horror of the Broken Lands, presumably. 6, 8, 10. It's 3 cycles. 3 cycles would make Horror lethal on its own. There's one. See if Shiners tips their hand any further pre-combat, or if they just go to combat. Got 5 cards in hand to M-Dog's 0. Okay, plays a swamp. Attacks all, makes sense. It's crazy how good the imposing Vantasaurs have been in this scenario because of the vigilance. Allowing the attack all. I was look at them on the deck list and think they look stupid because obviously it can never be cast and you wouldn't want to cast a 6-mana 3/6 anyway, but looking pretty good here. So this is 16 coming at face. Oh, so we're going to keep Isamaru alive, the castle. Yeah. Well, I think they're going to prevent 2 damage so that Isamaru lives. So it could somehow... Well, no, so none of the horrors are attacking face that are unblocked, because that one had to attack Gideon. So we're in a... I mean, you know, if the out is Urza's Ruinous Blast or something, maybe you have to have a legend still alive for the out to be live. Okay, so we're cycling, but there isn't a lot of point in that. Oh, yes, there is. It kills Gideon. Right, sorry. So that's it for Shinus's turn. So M-Dog is certainly going to... Well, Gideon's down, so if yeah, it's a bit of that's more of a 1-cent PD card. Yeah. No, so Sinu only comes back if the attacking creature is unblocked, right? It's like ninjutsu, I think. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah. No, if miraculous cards come off the top, it's going to be great. If it's a 2/2 for 1, it's probably bad news. Oh, I scratched it to the bottom. That's tragic. What have we got? Thalia. So we're just dead, right? Yeah. Well, a brave fight was put up. That lasted at least 2 more turns than I expected, I think. Let's see if any other round 1 matches are still going. I know Honorbound doesn't have a bye. I wonder if he's still playing. No. Let's see if anybody's still playing. Yes, there are quite a few. Yeah, there's 4, I think. So let's just pick one at random. I don't really recognize these names so much. Let's get that up on the screen. Why is this so complicated? Oh, whoa! We have come into a great match here. It is definitely allies against... What I hate about Penny Dreadful is how totally predictable the metagame is. As we join blue-white X allies against Urborg Scavengers. Basically. I will say I did brew a deck this morning, which I've... So, Urborg Scavenger is a double strike, flying haste, hexproof, indestructible, trample vigilance, which is somehow tapped. Okay. But I don't understand how this card works. Yeah, but it has vigilance. Oh, I see. It didn't have vigilance until after it attacked. It all makes sense now. So now it can get a lifelink from the Murderous Rider, right? Is that how it works? So he's going to gain 8 here, go to 15, and have this crazy blocker. So despite the disparity in life totals, looking kind of good for PD bot not here. Don't know what the current record is. Yes. Halimar something. Okay. Herbal Scavengers is pretty good. So now they have two of these monsters, and then one of them, the one that's attacking, is about to gain lifelink. So, yeah. Looks like we're going to need some. I don't know what. Which card? Oh, Wall of Lost Thoughts. It's a defender. So is there any way the life gain from these two Ondu clerics can keep up with um, the scavengers? Not really, right? This is like 16. This is like 16 damage a turn plus more because they get bigger, right? So it's like 20 damage. Yeah, so they go for max triggers this turn, but the fact that both of these things have vigilance and flying, and one of them has lifelink, is kind of making it all a bit pointless. Right, why are we attacking into two indestructible creatures? Okay, this may be a slight misstep here. They also have double strikes, so they're actually going to take these things down. They're going to kill the two big ones, or maybe the cleric just yeah. Yes, maybe you misclick and say no blocks. Yeah, there's not. I guess yeah, presumably not any way out now. Although it'll take a little while. It'll take at least 3 turns. Oh wait! I have a thought. Maybe they were trying to rally the ancestors into some crazy mill win, and they wanted their guys to die. Although I noticed that herbal scavengers can go from either graveyard, so that's not going to work either. So the two dead guys got exiled. But for a moment there, I thought I had a plan. Is it? Yeah, they're already. Oh, here he is! The guy they need. It's way too late, though, right? They're just going to die pretty soon. There's only 26 damage showing, right? There's only 26 damage showing. So they are going to live. And then is the convoke spell legal that brings back creatures? Oh, not only is it legal, they're casting it now to gain more life and do more milling, or ultimate prize. Rough. Well, so then they're going to gain a bunch more life here. So they're definitely not going to die on this swing. So they can once again. Oh no, they can't because their Halimar Excavator is going to get exiled, of course. So if their draw is Halimar Excavator, no. The thing is, they're not going to have anything to return because the Halimar Excavator is about to get exiled by the Herbal Scavenger attack. Oh, they do. They do have double return to the ranks. What does it do? I don't know if it really does anything. Does it? I mean, it's yeah, but it's going to get exiled in a minute anyway, so it kind of makes sense. I don't know. So no, and they're not dead. Do they have a live draw though? Another Halimar excavator, Mills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mills 14. Oh, it's dead now. So they probably don't have any live draws unless they have a 3-mana Wrath. Okay, no, they agree that they do not have any live draws, and that is the end of the match. Let's see if anyone is still playing. Some people are playing a league match, but it looks like no actual match. So good luck in round 2, folks that are playing.